Jai Ma, DurgaDevi here. So it's been a while since I've posted anything, so I thought I'd make a little video since we're still in January. And it's been a very full month already, at least over here. And we had our first Warriors Journey meeting of the year yesterday. And it was just really awesome to have the whole group, pretty much everybody together. And there was a comment made by a newer student, newer to the studio and brand new to Warriors Journey program. And we're doing Buddha shooting this year, which is purification of the elements, also known as Chakra Healing. Anyway, she said, I didn't know that this is what yoga was, which I know there's a lot out there being called yoga, and most of it is asana practice, which is part of yoga. And for many of us, it is the doorway that enters this bigger realm of what yoga really is. But I also know a lot of people don't walk through the door. So they stay behind that door. And I found this quote from Rumi, so I wanted to share it to give us some contemplation. I have lived on the lip of insanity, wanting to know reasons, knocking on a door. It opens. I've been knocking from the inside. So just contemplating this for a moment. When we feel that we are living in insanity, that's a sign that awareness is blooming in our mind, because the world is chaos and there is a lot of insanity. And then we can think that it's our problem that we are not sane because we feel alone in that insight, in that awareness, and wanting to understand. So there's some type of wanting, desire. And we can have a whole conversation about, is desire good or bad? And when is it useful and when is it not useful? That's probably a better way to look at it, because some desire is useful when it sparks you in the right direction. And then knocking on a door, you know, that visual of being behind something and wanting in, and then getting through and recognizing that you were already in, already free, you could say. We're looking outward for the answers instead of inward. And this is why I feel this quote is so deep and profound. And you could really meditate upon this quote for quite some time and journal about it. And I invite you to do that, you know, listening to this video. I've lived on the lip of insanity, wanting to know reasons, knocking on a door. It opens. I've been knocking from the inside. You might have your own interpretation, and that's great, because this is kind of where yoga philosophy begins. What does this mean to you where you are? Yoga does meet you where you are. And if you're ready to walk through the door, then the practice of yoga, the 8 limbs, the full practice begins. And we get into the 5 layers of our being, not just the physical body. And we begin to nourish the body for different reasons than just physical beauty, and even beyond health. Of course, we do want to be healthy, and that might be your first want, which brings me to one of the questions I ask every year in the program is, why are you here? What do you want? Which is a little bit of a trick question. It depends where you are in your journey, because the wants will vary in degrees from physical to emotional, energetic, spiritual. And then maybe the want is to not want. Not to be totally desireless, but to only desire love, God. Even this can be a little bit of a, RamDass might say, a trap, but to become desireless as in to become selfless, but still have some passion in serving. You know, so your desire might be to serve the best way you can, but without attachment to outcome or what it looks like. And this is where trust and faith come in. And this is where we enter the higher practices of yoga, which are often not talked about. And so Warrior's journey opens these doors so that we can all enter into the same space and have these conversations. So I wanted to share with you kind of what I've been doing for the last 5 years with House of Yoga and as a yoga teacher, because these programs are deep, these programs are real, these programs help us live our life not just in a healthy way, but in a way that's beneficial for others, for the earth, for the animals, for other human beings. And it brings togetherness. This is really needed in our world. There's so much isolation, there's so much separateness, and people feel alone. So I wanted to share this with you. I invite you to start looking for inspiration with quotes, or maybe reading a spiritual book like Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, or The Journey Home by RadhanathSwami. And if you don't know where to begin with a textbook and you'd like some other suggestions besides these, please just send me an email at LoveDurgaDevi@gmail.com. I'd be happy to offer you some suggestions based on where you are. You can't go wrong with a RamDass book. And there's many other great ones out there. So depending on where you are, I'd be happy to recommend a book for you. Please know that a really good spiritual book can totally be a teacher for you and can connect you to lineage like RamDass, connected to Neem Karoli Baba, like RadhanathSwami, connected to Prabhupada, the Hare Krishna lineage. So depending on where you are and what you're looking for, books are divine. Books can lift you up out of depression. Books can open that door for you that you've been knocking on from the inside, if it's the right book. I hope you have a beautiful day today. I hope to hear from some of you with some inquiries, because without inquiry, there is no teaching. Mark Whitwell. That's what he says. That's what his teacher, Krishnamacharya, told him. Without the student asking the question, there is no teaching.